Welcome to my channel. I lit a candle presentations for the XJW community. This is my second YouTube. In my first, I mentioned that I wanted to address some urgent issues because of several other XJW YouTubers who showed concern, and they seemed a little distressed about people, as they said, needing help. And one even said that if you need help, to contact a hotline. I want to make it very clear from the beginning that I am not a medical doctor. I am not a psychiatrist, of course, as they are medical doctors who specialize. And I'm not a psychologist or a therapist as such. I am also not trained to do hotline work, and I am not working with a hotline. I also do not do counseling or therapy per se in this field, although I have lent an ear to many people over the years. I am in the holistic practitioner field as a homeopath, but I do not do these type of emergency services. I also do not do what many consider therapy as such. However, homeopathy does involve a lot of consideration, not only to the physical state, but to the mental, emotional state. And it does have a lot to offer. But as I said, I do not do this type of emergency care. However, what I also have is experience working in the standard allopathic medical field, and I have worked for doctors and hospitals. Over the years, I have gained a certain amount of knowledge studying medicine for approximately 13 plus years, and I also have a lot of practical experience as I've had to deal with emergency situations as well as long-term situations with people who are diagnosed with some type of mental condition that is serious. I would like to share some of this hard-won experience, and I do feel that I really do have something to offer this community. First of all, let me say that I think that there are a lot of caring people in the XJW community that really want to help, and I think you are all providing some type of service with all the YouTubes and that I have seen. It certainly is a boost to many of us, and we know there are some whose issues go further and deeper, and I imagine that some have reached out to you for more help, and you realize that people do need professional care of some sort or support groups. I'm also very aware that the society and all those connected with it have discouraged or just outright stopped people over the years that they saw from getting some type of professional help in the counseling or the psychology field. So I understand when some have been maybe a little reactionary in their statements. It is a very serious matter, as we have seen, that there are those who were still Jehovah's Witnesses or recently had come out or had been disfellowshipped and who had committed suicide or killed their family members. So I don't take any of this lightly at all. Firstly, I think it would be good, since the focus was on a hotline, just to take a look at what a hotline is. And what we generally think of it is that it is a city or community service provided by a government agency. It is connected with law enforcement. A hotline is a good thing, but it's not a complete answer to this problem. However, many people don't appreciate why it is there and how it works, first of all. And their main concern of hotline services is actually to ascertain if you are a danger to yourself or others, if you are that person, okay? So I should rephrase that. it's a person that you're going to be calling about. Are they a danger to themselves or others? Is there an immediate threat? I say this because this is not always about getting counseling for oneself. Generally, it is a family member, spouse, loved one, friend, and sometimes even a complete stranger that is reaching out to get help for another person. So, what happens when a person calls the hotline? As I said, generally it is not the person who is the one that needs to be evaluated. But what is going on with this call is they are going to try to see if they need to send somebody out. And when they come out, it's generally always going to be with a sheriff, a deputy, or some type of officer of the law, along with a psych tech. And then they are going to try to evaluate what is going on and see, as they would probably, most likely, proceed then, and not by volunteering, but by force, take that person down to the county mental health holding facilities for a 72-hour hold. And as I say, this can be 3 months or longer sometimes. And keep in mind, when a call is made, they also may not be, if it is the person who is having the issue, they may not tell you that they have injured somebody else or that they have been threatening somebody else. So they can be very evasive, and it can be particularly difficult over the phone always to ascertain what is really going on. Another thing to keep in mind is if it is the person themselves, it's generally after they've cut their wrists or whatever it is that they're doing, or taking medications, overdosing. So that is why a hotline is also connected to emergency medical care, and they can get it out there right away. I have had the experience of having long distance clients who I found really needed more than what I could offer, and had to contact their family and made sure that they got local services of this nature. So it's really kind of an upsetting thing for people to go through this. Not only the person, it is upsetting too, but also to the people who have to call and wonder, did they have to make that call? Now, I have a lot of experiences with this type of thing, and also a lot of thoughts and education on this matter. So I'm going to have to do a little mini series here on mental health and the Jehovah's Witnesses and the XJW community. So this will be the first, and you can look for the third YouTube, which will be the second one in this series.